Hey guys, welcome back to the Delta 26 channel. Today we're doing episode 2 of the Portal 2 authoring tools. If you installed it properly last time, you should have a shortcut in your desktop, which you can double click to open this GUI. So boot up the Hammer World Editor and load into the map you saved last time. I called mine Nifty Room. I believe I put a link to it in the last tutorial. So you can go download that if you don't have a map of your own. Alright, reminder that you can push Z to look around in 3D space. In our last tutorial, we were able to make this simple room with a portal gun and our spawn. But this room's kind of boring because the texture we've selected is the same on all sides. And because we used hollow, this is all just one big block. I don't want that. I want it so I can have a different texture on the ceiling. But you're probably asking, oh Delta, how are we going to do that? Well, it's simple. Select your room. In the top, click Tools, but not Make Hollow this time. Click Ungroup. Then, with your selection tool, deselect it again, and now you can select the individual walls. A reminder, you can also push Control to select multiple things. If you are holding Control, you can select multiple things. So I'm going to be selecting all 4 of these walls. I'm going to find a good looking wall texture. I'm going to go with sure, this black metal wall here. Or actually, I don't really like the look of that. So this is part of Hammer. You've got to be constantly finding walls. Just so you guys know, I have a lot of custom textures in my Hammer, so if you don't have a texture, that's on me, so sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, that looks good. Then for the roof, reminder, you can't type roof in Hammer, you have to type ceiling. Sure, I'm gonna go with this one. Then I'm going to find a floor texture. Search floor. I'm going to go with sure, this one. Alright, so now as we can see, our room already looks a lot better. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be making this a bit shorter. Reminder to control click so you can drag and scale multiple at the same time. And a reminder to not have any leaks, because Hammer does not like leaks. Alright, now select your entity tool with Shift plus E, create a new entity, and right click Properties. We're going to be changing this to prop underscore weighted underscore cube. Apply. Now I'm going to be changing this to the companion cube, so click Properties, set Use New Skins to Yes, change Skin Type to Clean, and Cube Type I'm going to be changing to Companion, and Skin Old I will also change to Companion. So now as you can see we have a Companion Cube. Alright, I'm going to be placing this, yeah, I'll just leave it there. Reminder, in these top things you can actually click to make the grid smaller and make it in so you can be more precise with where you put things. Alright, now select your entity tool again, create another one, and we're going to be changing this one to prop underscore floor underscore button. Click Apply. Now we've got our button. It's pretty cool. But we're actually going to be naming this button. So in your properties, change name. I'm going to name this Nifty underscore button. And click Apply. The reason we have this set to a name is because when you are setting how entities will interact, they will need to be named. Now we're going to be creating another new entity, and once again, properties, and change class to prop underscore test chamber underscore door. Now, I'm just going to be rotating this. So in the hammer editor, when in a wireframe, you can click on it once and you'll be able to rotate it. So I'm going to be setting it like that. Right. Now, we're also going to be naming our door. So I'm going to name this Stellar Looking Door. Click apply. Now, click on our button. We're going to click properties. And now in the top, change class info to outputs. Create a new output and the output named on pressed. Target Stellar Looking Door to open the door. Now add another one and set to on unpressed Stellar Looking Door. Close. Now click apply. Now, once you've done this, we will have a door that once we place the cube on it, it will open. Reminder to everyone to please save your map before you run it. Alright, let's test out our map. Once again, command terminal magic and a loading screen. We are here in our map. So as you can see, everything we did earlier, all the textures work, portal gun will still work, and we have our cube. When we place the cube on the button, the door will open. We take the cube off, the door closes, you can stand on it. Yeah, and that's what we've done. Alright. Comment on this video what you want me to make a tutorial on next time. And that's me, Delta 26. See you guys later.